Dom the Monko.
Beats Planet.
What's up, y'all? First and foremost, we must pay our respects and give appreciation to all the essential workers working at the Blue Flame, you know?
Dom the Monko.
They're the ones that you know, keep America standing.
Dom the Monko.
They keep America free.
Dom the Monko.
So we must indeed show love to all the essential workers at the Blue Flame. Benny George in the chat says, as a disciple of Voch, he is going Smith's Mazi, one of his top 5 tackles, Gibbs, or trade up for Bijan / Carter. Interesting. What's up, chat? What's good with y'all? What we wearing today? We'll bust this one out. What's good with y'all? Y'all all right? Y'all all right? I'm Voch Lombardi. Okay, I'm going to be the host of your show today.
AKA Ferrari.
Okay. And all that. We being point guarded by Will Steele.
Make out a check for $800. Big Willie holla.
What's up, Will Steele? He keep doing it. He keep doing it. How we ever gonna increase the budget and the damn producer ain't here? How we ever gonna get a new check and Will Steele not here? How we gonna afford them yachts and beach houses and Will Steele ain't here? It's all good, man. Sky taking the day off again.
Snake, are you okay? Snake?
But we love him though. Sky said that he was gonna sign that new deal to ESPN and he was gonna be up out of here. Hey, listen, this is Voch Lombardi Live, right? I tell this joke all the time. Not even really a joke, it's real life. If there's any time where volume don't work out the best, fortunately for me, I was a YouTuber first. You know what I mean? So I can always kick back into YouTube gear and we'll be good to go. Pardon me. Today is Wednesday, which is a Cowboy day. So we're gonna mostly talk Cowboys today. You know, Tuesdays and Thursdays we talk draft. So those are my draft days. If you want to be around for those, I don't know why I picked that up. If you want to be around for those, tap in with me. Today I wanted to talk about this. Let me see how my editors and producers worded this. Shouts out to Christian and Paul, by the way. 2023 NFL Draft. Top 5 targets for Dallas Cowboys in round 1. I like that shit. So that's the gist of what we're doing today. That's the overall feel for what we're doing today. All right. We're going to be talking about 5 players that I think fit the 26 overall. Now, I want to be clear with this list and this assessment. And of course, y'all can call into the show, by the way. And I would love for y'all to guess. Here we go. I got the chat box pulled up here. If I need to look at the chat, you'll see me on this side because Will Steele's not here. I know I'm be looking here to see him. I'll be looking at the chat today. If y'all would like to take a guess of who my top 5 would be, y'all can please feel free, and I'll definitely give you credit if I see it. So what I wanted to do with this top 5 is I wanted to do just make it as realistic as possible, like real possible outcomes. You know, somebody was like, yeah, but I bet Jalen Carter in this top 5. Well, no, because I don't think Jalen Carter is going to make it there. I'm gonna go ahead and say Bijan's not there because I don't think Bijan in real life is going to make it there. Of course, we all getting pregnant that day. Yeah, we're getting pregnant. We ain't getting somebody, we getting pregnant if Bijan, makes it to 26 and the Cowboys drafted. But I don't think Bijan's going to be there, so he's not included in my list. So what I'm using for this list, what I'm implementing is one, I'm talking from the sense of the players that I think the Cowboys like, the players that I think are going to be available. And, we're just kind of keeping eyes on the trends of the draft, right? I can't say Nolan Smith. Once upon a time, I would have been able to say Nolan Smith, but Nolan Smith, he ran faster than Jalen Hyatt and shit. You know what I mean? So when Nolan Smith does that, he takes himself out of Cowboy consideration, right? Reset. Not that it takes him out of Cowboy consideration, because we get pregnant if we can get Nolan Smith. Not that he's out of Cowboy consideration, pardon me, but just more so he's worked himself way past falling to 26 in my personal opinion. That's what I'm saying. So when you hear me talk about possible guys, possible offensive linemen, possible edge guys, possible wide receivers, I like to keep my hopes up. I mean, sure, Jaxon, Smith-Njigba, we'll love for him to be there. We'll love for a lot of these guys to be there, but I don't think most of those guys will be there. You know what I'm saying? So this list, I'm taking into consideration the draft trends, who I think the Cowboys are like, who Voch likes, and most importantly, who I think will be available at 26. Chat, you ready? I've been looking at y'all. Have y'all got your guesses in? Let me see. If Dallas gets Bijan, the crime rate is spiking up. Facts. Let me roll up. Let me roll up a little bit more. Yeah, but can Nolan Smith block? Shit, he might. He's so good. Anderson Amaya says John Michael Smith, Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnston, Mazi Smith, and McDonald. That's interesting. What else y'all got? Any other guesses of what my top 5 possibly could look like? I'm just curious, right? I'm just curious because when y'all come out and say y'all's top 5s that y'all think my top 5s would be, y'all really just giving y'all's opinions on top 5s. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, DeJuan Jones. I love DeJuan Jones. I just don't think the Cowboys going to go for him. Anton Harrison, Mazi Smith, Will Anderson. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's interesting of y'all. We're gonna go over this list, and after this, I want to look at Twitter, at the Twitter machine, because this is Cowboy Day, and there have been some signings since last Monday. So we're gonna go over those after we get into this top 5. Let's do this. Let's do this. My first player. Shouts out to everybody that pat themselves on the back with this one. Anton Harrison, offensive lineman, Oklahoma. And if you picked Anton Harrison, first of all, that's very savvy of you. But it's not. I mean, it's not because I think Anton is the best tackle on this list. But I think if there's a run on tackles, I just think certain dudes ain't gonna be there. There's something in me that feels like Darnell Wright from Tennessee, right tackle from Tennessee, is going to be a guy that's available, possibly in one of these universes. You know, when Doctor Strange do the 300 million, 628, 100 million thousand, 566 possibilities. Yeah, Darnell Wright could be one of them. DeJuan Jones could be one of them. But if I had to bet a little bit of money, I think Darnell Wright gonna be gone. Just if I know how offensive line works, I know how draft works, I know what type of dudes get prioritized, I know what dudes tend to fall. Darnell Wright's not a guy that tends to fall. DeJuan Jones typically don't really tend to fall. For real, right? I think Broderick Jones is definitely not going to be in range. Peter Skoronski, people love him. I think Skoronski is a perfect player that fits 26 overall, but I think his hype is too big. So I think he's going to go earlier. Do I think Paris may go before Peter? Sure, possibly. Just my own personal opinion, just so y'all know this. Y'all do come to the show to get my thoughts and opinions. I don't think Paris and Peter are the best offensive tackles in this class. That's just my own business. I'll just say that. But they're going to be long gone. I think Broderick's going to be long gone. So the one guy that may not make it neither, let's just be fair, Anton may not make it. We may see this nasty run on tackles. Y'all call in, by the way. We may see this nasty run on tackles, and by the time we get to the Cowboys, by the time we get to 26, that's just what happens to you when you win football games. The one guy that I think is going to be there could be DeJuan, but I think Anton Harrison from Oklahoma could be the guy, and he makes sense to me. I like him. Big player, long player. I don't think he's a dude that's going to play guard for you. So if he comes here and plays tackle for you, he's probably going to go behind Tyron. And really, I mean, it could possibly be behind Tyler, depending on what the vibes are with Tyler. But Tyler's going to be your left guard in that situation. Anton's going to be your left tackle. Solid feet, long arms, great blocker, great mirror guy. I wish he was like in the run game. I wish he would display the run blocking that is congruent with his size or whatever. Like when I see big dudes, I just want them to be physical, nasty, like mow you over people. I think if he had a little bit of that in him, I think he'll be more like a top 15 guy, because Anton Harrison is a fantastic player. I just think he might be missing just a little bit of that ass whoop in him. But I think he's a solid offensive lineman. I think you can mold him. I think he'll be a good pick at 26. Depending on who's on the board. So if I had to pick between him and this next offensive lineman, who's an interior offensive lineman, John Michael Smith, if y'all put John Michael Smith on your bingo board, cross it out. Shouts out to y'all. Now, John Michael Smith is a player that I think is better than Anton Harrison. And we know that the Cowboys will prioritize drafting one of these interior offensive linemen in the late first if they feel that highly about him. Okay? Just me personally, I know the Cowboys like Steve Avila, Esteban Avila from TCU. I know they like him. My personal opinion, he's like a 40s guy. So hopefully you banking on him to make it to the 50s. John Michael Smith's a better player than him. Osiris Torrance. Oh no. Voch ain't that big on Osiris Torrance like that. You know what I'm saying? If Osiris Torrance makes it to 58, cool. I don't mind. You know what I mean? I can live with that. No problem. Let's boogie. However, John Michael Smith is a dude that I like so much. And I think if I like him, I think the Cowboys will like him. You know, me and the Cowboys like similar players sometimes. I think John Michael Smith is a dude that can come in for you today, play left guard for you immediately. And if you draft John Michael Smith, Tyron Smith goes to your swing tackle, which I like a little bit. Tyron Smith goes to your swing tackle because Tyler is your starting left tackle. Plus, if that's the case, if you need an extra week or so for Terrence Steele to come back and play right tackle, then Tyron can go play right tackle for you till Terrence comes back. Perfect. Also, too, what I like about John Michael Smith's playing left guard, technician, strong guy, pretty good size. But if you run into a problem with Pro Bowl center Tyler Biadasz, you get to cover your ass real good. Pause. What I mean by that is, if you are in this world where Tyler Biadasz is holding you hostage and you understand, I don't know why I did my fingers like this. That's what I said. If you are in a situation where Tyler Biadasz is holding you, if Tyler Biadasz is holding you hostage, and you don't want to like pay him like a Pro Bowl player, but he wants to get paid like a Pro Bowl player, and it's not like this center class is very robust. What you can do by covering your ass, pause, is just having John Michael Smith sitting in the tuck, so he could be your left guard. If you move on from Tyler Biadasz, then slight distortion of my mic. I get a little close. My bad. Actually, hold on. Check. check. Hold on, I got y'all. We ain't doing nothing else. This better? Check. That a little better? So if we're ever in a situation where if Tyler Biadasz is holding you hostage because the center market isn't very robust, good, cool. You can just move John Michael Smith to center, which is his natural position. Good. You can put John Michael Smith at center, which is more natural for him. Move on from Tyler Biadasz and just go, all right, which one of y'all new kids gonna be my guard for the day? I think that's a pretty good plan, and I like John Michael Smith enough for to draft him there. And I think the Cowboys were sitting at this kind of range when they drafted Travis Frederick. Now, do I think John Michael Smith is Travis Frederick? That's kind of strange, right? Because Travis Frederick coming out of college ain't like Travis Frederick as a Cowboy. So I think that's a strange conversation. But as prospects, I mean, so we'll see. So those are your offensive linemen that I have for you at 26 overall. Not bad, by the way. If y'all had to guess who my last three players are, just if y'all had to guess. Voch, would you be mad if the Cowboys trade their first for Kyle Pitts? Yes. I love Kyle Pitts. But yes. I guess you could say this cutting edge analysis. I like Drew Sanders. We're going to be watching him on the Patreon as soon as I get some film. As soon as I get some more film. But sorry, Vice Jaxon, Smith-Njigba ran a slow 40 today. His stock has dropped.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No. Not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one. It's a made up.
Let me tell you something, Playboy.
Fabrication.
Jaxon Smith-Njigba can run as slow as he wants. You hear me? Jaxon Smith-Njigba can run his ass out there as slow as he want. He can run out there with no tennis shoes if he want to. He can tie his cleats together if he want to. He can run a 4.9 if he want to. He fall his ass to Dallas if he was pregnant. Boy, y'all better not let Jaxon Smith-Njigba fall his ass to 26. I throw this whole list. I tell this punk, let's throw this shit out. If Jaxon Smith-Njigba running slow and his stock drop, good. You shitting me? What he ran? While I get ready for the next few guys on my list, what he ran? Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Don't worry about it. He ran a 4.53. Good, perfect, good. Good. That shit ain't stopping me. All right, let's do this. Next player. Since we're speaking of wide receivers, right? Let's just go ahead and put Quentin Johnston in here, right? Quentin Johnston from TCU. And why do I pick Quentin Johnston from TCU? Is because I think his metaphorical stock has dropped, right? I think a lot of drafting, when guys fall, when they rise, I think a lot of it, is existent from like their hype, their own hype or whatever. You know what I mean? So the film on Nolan Smith hasn't changed, but he's gained a lot of hype over the past month. He's still the same dude that we all watched together on the Patreon in January. You feel me? But just some reason he went from a 30th overall pick or a 30-something pick to a top 15 guy, right? It's just hype. A lot of this depends on hype. So early in the process, Quentin Johnston was big hype guy. You know, a lot of people was looking at Quentin Johnston as the first wide receiver off the board, but that's kind of changed a little bit. Even guys like Jordan Addison have kind of bit that bullet a little bit. If anybody's kind of climbed in this process, you know, the Zay Flowers of the world have kind of climbed a little bit. Jalen Hyatt climbed, but this shit dropped right back down. So it kind of is what it is. What's so interesting about the Quentin Johnston pick, right? Somebody hit me up on my Instagram, Mr. Lee Cuts, shouts out to him. He hit me on the Instagram the other day. He asked me a question that I thought was pretty poignant that I wanted to bring it to y'all's attention. Cowboys went to go sign Brandin Cooks, right? And the Cowboys clearly have this size metric that they look for. They look for players of a certain size, but of course, if you special, we could talk. If you truly special, we can talk, you know? So the Cowboys have CeeDee Lamb, which fits their size metric, Michael Gallup, who fits their size metric, and the rest of the wide receiver room, but they have a new starter in Brandin Cooks, who does not fit their size metric. Brandin Cooks is he's about 5'10" or whatever. And I think the one thing that the Cowboys won't do is have Brandin Cooks at 5'10" and bring in Zay Flowers that's shorter than him. I don't think they'll bring in Josh Downs that's shorter than him. I don't think they'll bring in a lot of these guys because they got a little bitty dude over there already. His name is Brandin Cooks. So in my mind, what fits here perfect. You could either get a dude like Jaxon Smith-Njigba, who is 6 foot, but I don't think Jaxon Smith-Njigba will be available for you. If they really down on Quentin Johnston like I think they are, I'll take him at 26. I'll 100% take Quentin Johnston at 26. Plus, we got to think about this whole thing too, like how the wide receiver market and the draft in particular is gonna kind of shape out a little bit. Is some teams are gonna be looking for wide receiver ones. That ain't really this class. You know what I mean? This class is a class where you go get complimentary dudes, you know? So the Cowboys are very fortunate in this position where the Cowboys are very unlike, I'll just say like the Giants or something, right? The Giants picked before us, but the Giants aren't necessarily in the market for a complimentary dude. The Giants need an MFer, right? The Seahawks, who could draft a receiver, they're looking for a complimentary dude. You see what I mean? So that kind of shapes your eyes a little bit. So if you look at these guys, which one of these guys are more likely to be number one guys versus these guys that look to be more like complimentary guys, right? I think people can look at Quentin Johnston like both. I think people can look at Zay Flowers as a complimentary slot player, Jaxon Smith as a complimentary slot player. You know what I mean? Things like that. So then you just start to kind of look around and see, all right, well, who's going to last here? Who's going to last? And that's why I think it's going to make this wide receiver thing kind of tricky, because in my mind, it's not about how good the wide receiver is, but what wide receiver fits that team. Let me work all that shit real fast. Like we spitting today. We spitting today. You know what I mean? It ain't necessarily about what wide receiver is the best, but what wide receiver fits you the best. You know? So, you know, we gotta look at that situation and see, all right, who's gonna fall to us, regardless of what happens. You know, Cowboys aren't looking for a wide receiver one, so that's good news. But ain't no Jamar Chase in this class. That's fine. But if Quentin Johnston is really sliding like they say he's sliding, if he really falling like they say he falling, Quentin Johnston and Jordan Addison, if those guys are falling, Jordan Addison is 6 foot, by the way, then fine. The Cowboys will be sitting at the back of the first round, ready to capitalize on that sliding. You know, most of the mock drafts we haven't seen a wide receiver be taken till like what, late teens or something like that, And we just talking about Cowboy fits, Quentin Johnston being a 6'2" guy. It's so interesting because he was labeled a 6'4". Combine say he was 6'2", but on the film he looked 6'4". On the film, he looks 6'4". So long as he plays 6'4", I'm fine with it. those type of dudes will fit the Cowboys more. I love Zay Flowers, but I just don't see the Cowboys picking Zay Flowers because he's smaller than Brandin Cooks, you know? And the one thing that you don't want to do is look like the Arizona Cardinals. They quarterback little, all they wide receivers little, and they running back bigger than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to look like them. If you just got one dude that's small, which is Brandin Cooks, that's fine. But everybody else, What's good, chat? How y'all feeling, man? The analysis okay today? Y'all good? Y'all good? The analysis is all right. I got something a little special for y'all that we're gonna talk about a little bit later. What y'all got? This ain't no prime rib at Golden Corral draft. It's more like mashed potatoes and green beans with sweet tea type of draft. Hey, look, that's a fantastic. Hey, look. Hey, look. Come on now. We ain't hurting. That's sweet. Y'all ready to get into it? This is giving me hella Will Steele absent vibe. Well, Will Steele ain't here. Because at this time, I would have been, yo, Will, what you think about that? At this, I'd ask him at this point. You know what I mean? What's up, coach? Salute. Voch, they said 4.48 to 4.42 was the range reported for Jaxon, Smith-Njigba. With those shuttles, that ain't dropping his draft stock, my guy. Yeah, I agree. 40 times overrated. Y'all ready? Let's do this. My next guy. Motherfucking Mazi Smith, boy. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something about Mazi Smith, right? Let me tell you something about Mazi Smith, man. We was all in the Patreon watching Mazi Smith. And Mazi's so fascinating, boy. We had to watch film on him twice. We had to go back another day, find some more Mazi Smith to go watch, man. What I think makes Mazi Smith works, right? Because at first I don't think Mazi Smith was always going to be a pick that works for us. Like, he'd have been a good pick, but does the pick work? I think that's fair, right? I think that's fair. Why is that video there? Let me see. What is this doing? I might try to pull some film up for y'all, but I'm doing this on the fly. Will still ain't here. But what I like about Mazi, bro, or what I like the most about the film with, or just the fit with Mazi, is that Cowboys have addressed cornerback 2, and they have addressed wide receiver 2. You know what I mean? So I feel like you can legitimately walk into the draft. Okay, I'm gonna do a little something for y'all. We ain't doing nothing else. I feel like you can walk into the draft and literally draft whoever you want. You can walk into the draft and literally be like, hey, you know, we kind of down at D tackle. Can we boogie with D tackle? Can we do something with D tackle? And you go, hey, we took care of all other impediments to Dallas Cowboys. Sure. Let's do something about D tackle. So I'm looking at Mazi. The one thing that we haven't done in Cowboy Nation in a long time is have cornerstone like D tackle play. You know, to where you have a D tackle that you actually plan on holding on to for a long, long time. You know, we used to get excited about Jeremy Menzies and shit. You know, we come from this land where, you know, we'll get like a Nick Hayden or something, and we'll just constantly rotate him out. And I don't dislike that, right? I don't dislike the idea of a constant rotation of D tackles, a constant rotation of running backs, a constant rotation of tackle safeties, a constant rotation of, I said running backs, tight ends, right? I don't mind those constant rotations, right? But I do think there's something to it. My face. There we go. I think there's something to the idea of when you find a dude that's good enough and you hold on to him, is he good enough to go through a second contract for you? And I think Mazi Smith is a dude that can be your D tackle for a long, long time. And I say that with confidence, bro. Because he just ain't some dude that just here and he leaves. And we think about the pieces on this team, right? We think about, Micah Parsons at linebacker. We think about Vander Esch, who steps up when he has better linebacker help. We just talk about all these guys. Like, man, you have a dude like Mazi, he'll make all the rest of it work for you. You know what I'm saying? Mazi got small arms and Dallas don't like that. Sorry, Voch.
It's false. No way.
I ain't trying to hear that, bro.
Not this time. We created.
Trying to hear that, bro.
Not this time.
I'm trying to hear that, bro.
No,
Let me tell you
this
something.
time. It's totally made up.
Let me tell you
Pure
something.
Fiction. It's fiction.
Let me just go ahead and tell you
It's
something, bro.
fiction. We made it up.
Let me tell you something. Stop. The Cowboys dislike short arms, but you know what they really like? Mother. You know what I'm saying? So you can go ahead and take all that little short. You know what I mean? You take all that. You know what I mean? The Cowboys take outliers all the time if they fit what they're looking for. I don't care nothing about his arms. Let's take a look at Mazi Smith. Just a little bit, right? I got about 5 plays I'm gonna show you about Mazi Smith. Of course, I'm gonna do a film session later. Mazi Smith lined up over the right guard. I just want to show you a handful of plays, man. Lined up over the right guard here, bro. If you just look at Marcus Harrison in the chat, he say country strong. Country strong. Just them dudes that ain't lift a weight in their life, but they just barrel all the hate. They just carry all the water from the well. They pick up horses and shit. You know what I mean? Just country strong people, right? We talk about them characters. Pardon me. I don't have my identifier because I didn't edit this. We just doing this on the fly. Mazi Smith's lined up over the left guard right now. Everybody real fast. Find the left guard. Can y'all even see my mouse? Can y'all see my mouse? Okay, y'all can see a little bit. He's lined up over the left guard. This versus TCU. In case you didn't know, that's Steve Avila, right? That's Steve Avila, bro. And Mazi Smith is just gonna stand Steve Avila up with his short ass arms. Iceberg. He's gonna use his short ass arms versus Steve Avila and stand him up. He made Steve Avila tall. Steve is standing up right now. 79. He's standing up right now. And then when the running back takes whatever gap he picks, whatever decision the running back makes, you know what Mazi Smith with his short arms, Iceberg, you know what he's in good position to do? Get rid of, get rid of and go make a play on the running back. It's easy for him. It's easy for him. What happens on this play? He's lined up over the right guard here, 78. He's lined up over the right guard, 7-8. Let's see what happens. Probably death and destruction. Yeah, most likely. And a holding penalty. What I like about Mazi, I'll just run this a couple more times. What I like about Mazi is he gives you the upside of a possible pass rusher, right? Like he's powerful enough to be a pocket pusher. Right? This is what I'm looking for. Hell yeah. No. This ain't even the one. Hold on. I'll go back to it. This is the one right here. Look, he's powerful enough to be a pocket pusher. He's strong enough to be a pocket pusher. He's powerful enough to be a stack and shed guy. Look at Mazi right here, number 58. Lined up over the right guard right here, standing up, 58 right here. Just look at him run to the sideline with CJ Stroud. Why is this important? Right? Because we always run into these trash can full of dirt type guys, right? Y'all always tell me, well, Voch, we need a big, fat, heavy trash can full of dirt. The problem with those dudes is that when offenses go outside, they fat trash can full of dirts and they don't have the athleticism to get outside. Now, Mazi Smith. But we just talking today. Let's go back to that previous play that we was talking about here. This one right here, Mazi Smith. He's in A gap right now. Well, he's really a 2-eye. Do 2 eyes really exist besides 2-eye Aisha? He's in the inside shade of this right guard right here. Let me just talk about this play for a second. I'll just run it and then we'll come back and talk about it. Let me tell you why this play is impressive. Let me tell you why this play is pouring right now, right? Mazi Smith is lined up over the right guard. Okay. He's in the inside shoulder of the right guard to the guard's left shoulder, right? Ohio State is running outside zone to the right. Cool. What that means is that this right guard has the advantage because he's trying to get to the outside shoulder of Mazi. Mazi is disadvantaged because he's lined up to the inside shoulder of this right guard. So if the right guard if he's going to take a wide step to the right, he has the leverage advantage here, right? Let's just go one tick. Boom. The right guard is stepping to the right. Mazi was on his left shoulder anyway. The right guard has the advantage. But chat, don't get me mistaken. I know he got short arms, Iceberg, but you know what else he is? Hold on. Let me go back. Let me find. He's a mother. He's a mother, right? Mazi in this disadvantaged position is going to read outside zone. He's going to read outside zone. He gets hooked by the right guard. A fantastic hook by the right guard, but he's going to fight his ass back across the damn right guard and make the play anyway, bro. Come on, bro. Watch it again. Watch it again. Just incredible. Unforgettable. It's 50 Cent. Man, come on, dog. Man, come on, dog. I got one more. Have I showed y'all play? Have I showed? Yeah, I showed y'all. I showed y'all. Okay, cool. Hey, listen, bro. I don't care what you guys say about D tackles, man. Y'all up there losing y'all mind about Siaki Ika, bro. This dude different. This dude different. Voch proving it with the film, and my boy Iceberg is quiet. Hey, look, shouts out to Iceberg, but look, Iceberg, we just talking as men, man. We just talking as men. I don't care nothing about them short ass arms. He's a mother. This character is a mother. You feel me? And man, look, man, Mazi. People been talking about Mazi as a player that's more so a second round pick. And to be fair, I don't agree. But if you drafting at 26 overall, you really drafting a second round graded player anyway. If you don't draft Mazi, he probably go late 30s, early 30s anyway. He'll probably do it anyway. Give me that dude. Give me that dude at 26 and I'm good to go. Somebody asked me would I hump the chair for him? No, I wouldn't hump the chair for him because I don't think I'm getting incredible value for him. You know, this ain't like Jalen Carter or like, you know, Nolan Smith or, you know, something like that. You know, I ain't humping the chair. But boy, I'll be here. Also, Friday we're gonna have a round table, and Koye Media, who I love to pieces, he thinks that Mazi Smith is better than Jalen Carter. We might have a little bit of fight, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of a fight Friday on the round table. So I'll be tuning in for that. But Mazi, come on, man. Cannonball Cowboy says he's no Derek Brown or Javon Kinlaw. I think they're different players. Brown and Kinlaw. Actually, I might do a video on that. Because I can make the argument that he's better than Kinlaw. Derek Brown, we could talk about it. But even if that's the case, though, Derek Brown is a dude that was taken 8th overall. Derek Brown is an 8th overall guy. We talking about Mazi at 26. I can fight you on that Kinlaw though. We can fight about that. But Derek Brown, I mean, look at what you said. That's almost like saying, oh, well, son, he ain't Aaron Donald. Sure. Sure. You know what I mean? So tape-wise, I can fight you on Kinlaw, but Derek Brown is a top 10 pick. Mazi, come on now. Chat, who's my last player? I might have a little film for my last player if y'all ain't doing nothing else. I might have some film for my last player. Voch, that film you got is very nice. Where can I get one? Oh, I got you, sir. It's a CRKT. Go ahead, focus in there. CRKT. Okay. M16 list of numbers. Who y'all got, chat? Who y'all think up next? Y'all, you can go ahead and pause the video if you like. Big O says, Voch, we need more breakdowns like these. That's why we tune in. Hey, you know, we got film all over the channel. We got film on the Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Watch the film in the whole. I'm also doing film on Twitter coming soon. So stay tuned. Gibbs, Drew Sanders. Okay. Tight end Washington, Bijan Robinson. Okay. Blade. Yeah, we ain't drafting Blade. We ain't drafting Blade. Trenton Simpson. Boy, I'd be so hurt if we draft Trenton Simpson. Let's do it. Will McDonald, bro. Let me tell you what I think is going to happen with Will McDonald. I don't think Will McDonald is going to be looked at from a lot of people as a first round pick. I think he's a first round pick. Maybe not first round talent, but like a late first round guy, first round pick. But I think if you're lazy with Will McDonald, you'll miss it. If you have a lazy analysis of Will McDonald, you might miss it. Dan Quinn is definitely working with him. I agree. Thank you, Trey. Will McDonald from Iowa State, sure. This the whole thing about Will McDonald. Y'all want some more film? We ain't doing nothing else. Y'all want some more film? You want some more film? I can't give y'all all the film because I got to make a video on him, and I might fucking make the video. But anyway, y'all want some film on Will McDonald? Y'all want some film? Because I feel like I got to sell people on Will McDonald because nobody else is like really going in on like Will McDonald for real. I was watching him, bro, and we probably watched him in the Patreon for like an hour. And then over the next 2 days, I just watched him by myself, really trying to get a good idea for Will Anderson. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for Will McDonald. Will Anderson's going to go top 10 somewhere. All right, we'll do it again. Let me see something. Let me show you something. Let me tell you why a lot of people are going to sleep on Will McDonald. Because his defense coordinator need to be fired. So I'm going to have to talk y'all through a lot of this, right? So Will McDonald is going to be number 9 for the majority of the film session, right? Number 9. Y'all see number 9 right here on the left side of your screen? He's number 9. He's in B gap right now. This is Will McDonald in B gap right now. It's kind of getting pushed around by this guard right now. It's cool. Will McDonald's kind of getting pushed around by this guard. And I would love for y'all to give me y'all thoughts and opinion on these, plays as we, go through them or whatever. I got Will McDonald. Once again, he's in B gap on the left side between the left guard and the left tackle here. Let me just show you Will McDonald here in B gap right here. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of got washed inside. Kind of got moved around. It's all good. No problem. It's no problem. Louis Zimpo says, I don't know why I get David Irvin vibes from bro. Because he long as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because he long. So that's basically Will McDonald and what his coaches asked him to do a bunch. Iowa State runs this 3-3 stack look. And it's very chaotic. It's very old and it's very archaic. I can't stand it. For some reason, they asked Will McDonald to put his hand in the dirt and line up in B gap for some odd reason. I don't know why they asked him to do it, right? But every now and then, you really got to dig in I watched 10 games of Will McDonald, y'all. 10 games. But every now and then, you see Will McDonald, right? He'll just stand up. He's over on the edge. He's actually right above my head right now. You just see him on the right side. Every now and then you'll see Will McDonald stand up and you'll go, oh, well, he's not in B gap and he's not lined up in a 4-eye. Let's see what he does. And you just see a totally different player. You see a totally different player. You see him create space for himself. You see him use rip moves because he needs space to thrive. Well, because he's a standing player, right? He's a standing player, so of course he needs space to thrive. Of course he needs to be on somebody's outside shoulder as opposed to fucking B gap. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? So when he's lined up on these outside shoulders, right? He gives himself a little more room to navigate. He gives himself a little bit more room to hand fight. He gives himself a little more room to kind of bend that shoulder a little bit, right? And that's where his fight gets real good. His fight get real good when he can line up to the outside and play foot race with you. Take a look at this play. Versus the left tackle, I believe. Yeah. Versus the left tackle, right? Watch him because he has a little bit of space now, right? I still want him standing up, but it's fine right here. He has a little more space now versus left tackle right now. We're going to see him, boom, 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 work to the outside just a little bit, right? Just to kind of get those feet to slow down a little bit. We see some hand movement in there. We see some head movement in there just to quickly take the inside from him. Fop! Go get him, my guy. Go get him, my guy. I'm going to show it to you one more time without stopping. Go get him, my guy. Go get him. But this all matters if he has space to navigate. Now, chat, ask yourself a question, because you can't be lazy with a Will McDonald analysis, right? If Will McDonald is lined up in B gap or head up over the tackle, does he make this play? If he's in B gap or head up over the tackle, does he make this play? No, because he has to have room to set up to the outside first. And you go, what happens on this play versus TCU? Now he's standing. This is where like pregnancy happens, right? When he's standing up and he's one gap over, that's where pregnancy starts. We see power there. We see speed to power right here. Turn that shit back on. We see speed to power. But this only happens when he's standing up and he has room to navigate, right? Standing up over the right tackle right here. If he was lined up, head up on that tackle, then the tackle can just quick set, get hands on him and just be powerful. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boy, Will McDonald, just give him a little bit of room and let him work. Let him work. We got more film. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. We got more film. I did a long study on, I keep saying Will Anderson, my bad, Will McDonald. I did a long study on Will McDonald. Look at him in 2021 versus Oklahoma. That's Anton Harrison, by the way. Look at what he does versus Oklahoma right here. For no reason. Versus the left tackle. That's really a lazy play from Anton in real life. That's really just a lazy play from Anton. But I just had to put it in here. We ain't doing nothing else. We ain't doing nothing else. Anton, I beat your ass. I catch you doing that shit in Dallas. Over the right tackle, take a look at him. Over the right tackle, take a look at him. What I really like about Will Anderson is how fast he can take your back hip. How fast he can get to your back hip, right? We can go boom, boom, boom. So he starts here, right? And the right tackle's in solid, he's in solid position right now, right? But in just a couple of steps, 1, 2, boom, he's behind you. This is a little different. I think Dan Quinn's gonna like this, right? We're gonna do it again, chat. One more time. Boom. Tackle's in good position. Tackle's in good position. 1, 2. Boom. Behind him. Boom, boom, boom. Bit. Voch keeps saying Anderson and not McDonald. I'm dying. My bad, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But listen, man, I just watched 10 games on Will McDonald because I had to know. Will McDonald on the left side over here. I just had to know, bro. Man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Nasty pressure right here. Nasty pressure right here. And I'm going to do a film session, of course. But, man, the more I watch Will Anderson, bro, like, man, why didn't I talk about Will Anderson, man? I mean, shit, man. McDonald. McDonald. Will McDonald. I know what I'm talking about. Listen, I kept saying, man, why didn't I talk about Will McDonald, right? And I think it's because they line him up in B gap and they just forget about him. They just watch him get rolled around in there. But he's over the left tackle right now. But bro, man, you put this dude in position, man. Just let him just whoop people, bro. Stand him up, bump him over one gap, and just let him whoop people. Let him be bendy. Let him be bursty. Let him get to your back hip. The left tackle is in a positive position right here. The left tackle is in a positive wind space right here. But I be damn. But I be damn, bro. And it's all from a step dip and a rip, right? A step dip rip. Y'all need to come to Patreon, man. We watch all this at Patreon, bro. One more play. We ain't doing nothing else. Will McDonald over the left tackle again. Like, bro, I'm just a fan, bro. I'm just a fan. Look at his ass bend this goddamn. Look at him. Look at him. Look at how low we got. Hold on. Let's do. Hold on. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. With the and one, throwing the flag on him. Come on, man. Hey, man, I'm drafting this dude at 26, bro. I'm drafting this dude at 26, bro. Johnny Parker says, don't waste a first round pick on this guy. Bye, Johnny. Bye, Johnny. Hey, man. You can shine me up, player. You can shine me up, player. What happened in this, man? One more play and I'm going. What happened right here? Will McDonald over the right tackle. Will McDonald over the right tackle. All right. Comp Randy Gregory. Nah. Not Randy Gregory. He ain't Randy Gregory, man. Randy Gregory top 5 guy, man. Bro, look at him right here, right? Look at him right here over the right tackle. Look at him right here over the right tackle, right? He's going to come off the line of scrimmage, boom, and he's going to work more into the right tackle to make him stop. If you look at the right tackle kicks, but he needs to stop so that Will can get that outside, right? So watch how Will makes the right tackle stop kicking or slow down his kick. See right there? The right tackle goes kick, slows it down because Will engages with him a little bit, but once he engages him, and the right tackle's not in bad position right now, but boom. Forcing the fumble, man. Hey, listen, man. I forgot who just said it, bro. Y'all ain't gotta like Will Anderson all you want. McDonald all you want. Y'all can talk about, not wasting the first round pick. Bye. I'm drafting this guy. If he there, I'm drafting this character. Gee, I'm letting Dan Quinn get hands on this guy, and we gonna boogie. Now, chat, mind you, let's just have some proper context here. Let's just have proper context here. Do I take him if Bijan's on the board? No. Do I take him if Jaxon Smith-Njigba's on the board? No. Do I take him if Quentin Johnston's on the board? We could talk. Do I take him if John Michael Smith is on the board? Yes, and I love O-line. I think him and Mazi is a real debate that we could talk about, right? But then you'll go into the money 5 conversation, right? Edge guy like a pass rusher versus like a tackle or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, right? We don't have to draft Will McDonald at 27. I mean at 26. But I think if he's there, we can talk about it. All right, chat. Appreciate y'all. Let's see. Let's go to Twitter real fast. I got this thing from John Owning pulled up. Give you a player comp. I don't really do player comps because I'm bad at it. And as soon as I give you a bad player comp, you're gonna run to me and talk about Voch, this player didn't end up being this player. Well, fine. Would I take him over DeJuan Jones? No, I would not. But I don't know about the Cowboys. Let me look at my phones real fast. Let me see something real fast. Hey, we got 6 people on the phone. If y'all want to call in, go ahead and do it now. After I'm done reading this re-sign list, then I'm going to lock the phones, okay? Ivory, I love you to pieces. I'm about to talk about Takk McKinley. And look, to be fair, as much as you asked about Takk McKinley, I don't even know if I got as much to even say about Takk McKinley. I don't even know if I got that much to even report on in terms of Takk McKinley. So I'm about to let you down with the lack of information that I have on Takk McKinley, or the lack of a reaction and the lack of analysis that I have on Takk McKinley. But boy. Cool, man. Over Anton Harrison. I don't know. Paul Bracamonte says, no way we take a pass rusher dude at first. Be for real. Why not? Why wouldn't you? DeMarcus Lawrence got 2 more years guaranteed. He's an older gentleman. Dante Fowler's a 1-year guy. Chauncey's a run game guy. Sam is here. Micah plays everywhere. I mean, shit. Why wouldn't you draft a pass rush? I mean, why not? The only long-term pass rush options you have on this team right now is Sam Williams. He's it. Everybody else probably be gone in a year. Or they're, D-Law and, just a little older. So why not sign a pass, or why not draft a pass rush knowing the Cowboys use a lot of pass rushers? Like, why not? And if he's the best player available, like, why would you not draft a pass rusher? Paul Bracamonte, we not fighting. We just having a conversation. I just wanted to bring this to you because I know going into last season, it felt like we had a lot of pass rushes, and we did. We had more pass rushes than we needed last year, but you see what I'm saying? So I just wouldn't gloss over pass rush as if it's like not an option. And look, I love Tank, but Tank ain't necessarily giving you 10 sacks a game. 10 sacks a season. Sam Williams might. Can I put the number up? The number ain't up. Oh, my bad. There you go. So, I'm not saying you wouldn't. I'm saying they wouldn't. I don't know why they wouldn't. I don't know why the Cowboys would not. I think the Cowboys are very, they're very likely to draft a pass rush. I don't see why they wouldn't. And also too, because the Cowboys do a good job of like covering their ass. So like they've signed dudes. So we ain't really got a big need anywhere going into this draft. Well, not yet. We still got some weeks to go. We ain't got a big need going into this draft. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. All right. So John Machota says he gave us a nice little list put together, and I love nice little lists. He says recent Cowboy moves. Cool. We franchise tag Tony Pollard. And listen, man, can we stop talking like Tony Pollard tore his Achilles or something? Can we stop talking like his leg fell off? Can we stop talking like Tony Pollard tore his ACL or something? Can we stop? Can we cut that out, please, if y'all don't mind? Tony gonna be just fine. Somebody fell on his ankle, and the ankle went backwards, and both of them fell on the ankle together. Like, Tony will be fine. Tony will be ready for day one. Like, don't even worry about it. But Tony Pollard gets franchise tag, and that's fair. D-Law is an injury history guy. I'm surprised D-Law didn't even get hurt last year, but he is an injury history guy. Trade for Stephon Gilmore. Trade for Brandin Cooks. Rework the contract with Tyron Smith. Re-sign Donovan Wilson. That's huge, man. I wonder how much DQ had an influence on it. I wonder how much DQ tapped somebody on the shoulder and said, "Hey, man, I need this right now." Re-sign Leighton Vander Esch. Good. There's another thing going on in the media also, to where the media has no clue what's going on right before it happens. But then right before it happens, that's when they first hear about it. We need to talk about it. We need to figure out what's going on with that. We signed back Cooper Rush, which I think that's huge. Apparently Cooper Rush didn't go and break the quarterback market. Apparently, apparently Cooper Rush didn't get $40 million from somebody. Cooper Rush didn't land that gig, you know what I'm saying? Like they thought he was going to land. All the teams didn't just line up outside Cooper Rush's agent's door to go sign him. I guess they didn't pick Cooper Rush over Dak Prescott like everybody thought was gonna happen. Cooper Rush just. But as a backup, I think it's cool. Trey Fargo says, "You mean Cooper Rush not a starter?" Unfortunately, not. They weren't rushing to sign Rush. No. Cooper Rush fans real quiet right now? Indubitably. But Cooper Rush as a backup quarterback, Voch can at least support that idea. I like that a lot. Just in case anything happens with Ford, we know Cooper Rush can come in and play just a little bit. Now, hopefully, it ain't nothing big happening to Ford like it's been happening to Ford. But like if Ford just got to miss a game or something like that, if Ford get called for PEDs, he got to miss 4 games, then Cooper Rush is good for 4 games. You know what I'm saying? So, but he ain't good for 17. You know what I mean? CJ Goodwin comes back, and I think that is big. That is big news for us. So shouts out to CJ Goodwin. We've made moves in offense, defense, and CJ Goodwin is a huge kicking team situation. So go ahead and bring him back. Rico Dowdle, in which I think there's a big debate on whether Rico Dowdle and Malik Davis, that whole conversation. I like having a big fight amongst running backs and we just keeping 3 or 4 of them, Bring in Rico, let him fight with Malik, let him fight with Ronald Jones, who signed to the Cowboys. Tony will just be sitting at the top of the mountain by himself. And whoever we end up drafting, and even undrafted dudes, right? Like let's fill this running back room up and let's see who walks away with the W. I like the idea. So Rico Dowdle got re-signed. I don't think it's gonna be for no money. I mean, Rico probably made $39, you know what I'm saying, to really keep him here. You know what I'm saying? They just gave him a little extra money. Rico Dowdle to make 39 and just let them dudes fight, man. Dante Fowler comes back for a year, which gives you a little bit of depth at pass rusher. I like that. But then Takk McKinley also gets signed for a year, and that gives you a little more depth at pass rusher. That's all I got on Takk McKinley. Takk was on the team last year. We didn't really use him. Even when we needed edge guys, we didn't really use him. Takk was the guy that we elevated from practice squad to the active roster, but he was just a dude that was on the roster that we didn't use, that wasn't on the game day roster. You know what I'm saying? So if Takk McKinley does get here, so that'll be, Micah D-Law, Dorrance, Sam. So sure, Takk and Dante Fowler probably going to be competing for the old dude on the team competition. Both those dudes are 1-year guys. So which is why I think it's important to draft a pass rush. You draft a pass rusher, so when Takk, Dante, and Dorrance are gone, you cover your ass in that situation. So I don't mind it. Surge Reboot says, "What's your dream mock draft?" Shit, Jalen Carter in the first round, DeJuan Jones in the second round, Quentin Johnson in the third. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Dalton Kincaid in the fourth. Shit, boy. Man, who else? Shit, Hendon Hooker in the fifth. Shit. Jahmyr Gibbs in the 6th. Shit, man, come on, man. Running backs ain't important. Jahmyr Gibbs in the 6th. And shit. Broderick Jones in the 7th round. That's my dream. Thanks for asking. Chuma Edoga, who's not a guy that I have a whole bunch of faith in, but he's a cover your ass guy. You lose a guard, you need to get a guard back. You lose a offensive line piece, you bring another one in. You know what I mean? So let him, Chuma Edoga, guard tackle guy, you let him compete with, which is interesting for Chuma Edoga because he can play guard and tackle. Chuma Edoga is the only dude on the team that's competing with Ball, Let's Go, and Fournier. You see what I'm saying? Like he's competing with all parties involved. I don't think he's going to be a center guy or anything like that. But Chuma is competing with everybody. So that's just that. Ronald Jones comes in to be a running back. We talked about that. Just fill the running back room and just have as much competition as you could possibly handle in there. And Trent Sieg, long snapper Trent Sieg. Let me tell y'all a little bit of something about Trent Sieg, right? I'm actually familiar with the man, I'm lying to y'all. All right, let's get into the phones, bro. Here we go. Gonna lock these joints up.
The conference has been locked.
Gonna lock these joints up. Let's get Martise from Philly, see what he's talking about. What's up, Martise?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I mean, barely, but what's happening?
Well, it's probably a little loud. I'm walking on. I was at the gym.
I got you.
All right, so no, I'll say this quick, right? So from a team perspective, right? The best thing we can do is BPA.
Yep.
Like there's no argument to say why we need to reach for this or not draft that, because look at the teams that were really good or teams we had problems with. It was teams that can basically say, all right, we got a whole bunch of pass rushers. We could drop 7, stop us, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll just ask this question and probably I can't say a little long. Here's my question. What would you be willing to do for Jalen Carter? Because I was looking at this draft, and I'm like, if we good next year, we pick him in the 20s anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So would I give up 26 and another 1 and something else small if I could jump up to 8 for Jalen Carter? Like, that's real to me, because if you ask me today, and I'm done after this, what makes Micah more scary? It's if you got a dude in the middle of that team on a play-in-play-out basis who can get to the passer, and you can't keep doubling Micah. Good luck. So I'll just kind of listen. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah.
Go get that dude.
Yeah, I'm not. But listen, Martise, let me ask you a question, though. Martise, before I let you go. Is Brandin Cooks a number 1 receiver?
I don't know. Does it matter? I don't know. He's going to be great for the team.
I mean, I just asked, is Brandin Cook a wide receiver 1 or what?
I don't know. I ain't really watched him last year. He's really good.
But what you think, though, Martise?
I think he's really good. I think he's great for the team. I think he's something Dak never had. So it's going to elevate everybody.
Is he a wide receiver 1, though?
Just trying to fight, man.
All right, Martise, get off the phone, man. All right. I do think it's interesting. That Martise says definitively no, CeeDee Lamb is not a wide receiver 1. But then we asked him about Brandin Cooks. He said, I don't know. Possibly. It could be. That is crazy, Martise. It is what it is, man. He is sticking to his guns. Whatever. Let's go, Jared. What up, Jared?
Hey, Voch. How's it going?
What's good, player? What you got for the show?
Hey, quick question to follow up with the whole Brandin Cooks being the number 1. To you, is he the best? Is he the best number 2 wide receiver in the league right now? Playing behind CeeDee
Lamb. Eagles got 2 good ones.
I can only think T. Higgins might be better than him.
Yeah. So the Bengals got 2 good ones. Ayuk is a good player. So I mean, I don't know. Tampa got some guys.
That's true.
Yeah. The guys in Miami. So I don't think he's the best number 2 guy. I don't think so.
Fair enough. On your list, I love that you put Will McDonald up there. I've been thinking he's been a top 20 guy for me, or not a top 20, top 30 guy for me since I've seen him. Mm-hmm. I'd add 3 guys to that list.
Okay.
So, and those would be Drew Sanders.
Okay.
Antonio Johnson.
Who that?
From Texas A&M. I think he's the best safety in this draft
safety.
class.
Oh, boy. I'm not watching safeties for a long time because they made me fall asleep. But okay, I got you. Safety, okay.
He's Texas A&M, so
Gotcha.
You've heard of him maybe.
Yeah, I've seen of him, yeah.
and then it's Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. I like Darnell
Washington. And I was just wondering on two of those guys, Drew Sanders and Darnell, do you think that they have maybe some true like position flex to them?
Well, well, go ahead. My bad.
Like Darnell, could he be a Jason Peters like guy? Go to tackle?
No, I don't think so. I think you just keep that a mismatch for Darnell. I do think Darnell got some damn good blocking, man. Like it's some phenomenal blocking. But I like when he blocks little dudes. You know what I mean? So Darnell, he can block defensive ends, but it's a fight when he blocks defensive ends. But when he blocks linebackers, safeties, and corners, like he beats the hell out of them. So I like when he beats the hell out of them. You know what I mean? So I'm willing to keep Darnell at a tight end position and not put too much on his plate like that.
Okay. And then do you think Drew Sanders could be kind of a Micah light player where he could also come on the edge and you could let Micah play more linebacker that way?
I wouldn't let Drew be a full-time edge, but I like him as a sometimes blitzing, sometimes pass rushing linebacker guy. So instead of being like a Micah type of guy, I think of how like more of a Devin White dude. You know what I mean? And not like white dude because Drew Sanders is white dude, but like Devin White type dude, you know what I'm saying, where he's mostly a linebacker. For most of his life, he's a linebacker. But when you blitz him, when you put him on the edge, when you let him do gap exchanges from depth or whatever, that's where I think he has his advantage. I think if he just lines up versus tackles, he is athletic enough to beat him. But just like with Darnell, I like the mismatch of the sometimes. So I don't want Drew going up against a whole bunch of tackles, but I love when Drew go up against running backs. That makes sense?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. All right, good call, Jerry. Good job. Good call and good questions, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for letting me call in all the time, Voch. I won't be able to for a while. Got grad school going on.
Hey, man, this is home. Take care of your business. Get your degrees, get your certifications, get your money. We'll be here. Especially when the volumes, you know what I'm saying? Sign that check, you know what I'm talking about? Especially when they get that raise, you know what I'm talking about? Come on, man. Let's get DJ on the phone. What's up, DJ?
Hey, what's going on, Voch? How you doing, brother?
Coolin', my guy. Life is good. I can't complain about nothing.
Fair enough. Hey, man, so the reason I was calling in today is I kind of disagree with you a little bit about Mazi and them at 26, mainly because, not that it would be a bad pick, because I really don't think anybody, past 10 to, let's say, 35, all of those guys that are supposed to go around there will be good picks. But that's exactly my point. Because if Mazi went at 16, we feel like that's a little high, but we wouldn't be surprised. But if he was also there, to go at 56, we'll also not be shocked and, more consider it more of a steal. So he could go in a big range like that, whereas, if Jalen Carter made it to 26, we're shocked. We're floored. Like, what did he do? What did they know? What did they find out that we're not hearing?
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Sure.
So I think you want to get one of the guys that you know is not going to be there in the second, especially since you have the freedom and you've earned the right to have the freedom to kind of pick anybody in BPA scenario. You want to kind of get a guy that's not going to be there for sure at 56 when you come back around. Now, it's a debate on, who that would be. But I definitely think Mazi and the guy you kept calling
Will McDonald.
Will McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think they definitely have a shot to be there. Well, Will McDonald even more so. He had the chance to get there, be there in the second and possibly the third. I don't see it, but it's a possibility because teams are terrible at this. So I think you more want to get a guy that's definitely going to be there.
Yeah. And I don't really think that we disagree too much. I do think Will McDonald has the better chance of being available at 58, but I just don't think he'll be there at 58. I just think some teams gonna look at him, like him. Some teams worked him out. Some teams gonna cut through all that bad film and figure out what the good film really is. And I think they're gonna take him because at his heart, I think he's better than like a Keon White. He's better than a Derek Hall. He's better than a BJ Ojulari. In my personal opinion, everybody ain't got to agree with that. You know what I mean? So I just think in that conversation, they're gonna look and be like, all right, we missed out on Nolan Smith. Who can I get that's similar to that? And as a pass rusher, I think Will McDonald can kind of fit that for you. But I do feel what you're saying. As far as Mazi, I don't think there's a way that Mazi gets past the 30s. I don't think there's a way he gets past the 30s. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't take him,
I don't either.
He's not going to be there. Now, as far as the overall point of the exercise, once again, I don't disagree with you at all, but these are guys that I think will be available for you that we can have a conversation about. I picked these dudes in particular because I just know for sure. I just have a good feeling that they'll be there for you, right? But of course, though, DJ, if like Jaxon-Njigba is there, I'm tearing up this paper. You know what I'm saying? If if Nolan Smith is there, I'm tearing up this paper. But if we get wiped out, DJ, let's do this. If we get wiped out and Mazi is there, do you take him? If we get wiped out and Will is there, do you take him? Of course, you take Quentin Johnson, guys like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying is, are they dudes that we even consider at 26? And I think they are.
Fair. Now, and that's the weird part about the draft, right? Because, there's 20 guys that are supposed to be in that, 15 to 25 range. But that's only 10 spots. So there's going to be overlay, overlay too. So you'll probably have your pick of, more than likely at 26, you won't have your full pick of the litter, but there's going to be multiple guys to consider at that point. And, like the Micah and Rashawn Slater situation.
Sure.
We didn't think we'd have both of those guys, but we had the choice of the two. We thought Micah would go higher. We thought Rashawn Slater would go higher, but they were both there still. So, I get what you're saying, and you're like, these guys are definitely going to be there. And I guess that's my problem with it, because I was like, look, there should be a better dude there, right? Like, there should be a higher, somebody's going to make it there. We just don't know who yet.
For sure. All this can totally change by the time we get to draft day, and, I don't know, man. Some teams just really start sucking at this. You know what I mean? Derek Hall go in the first round. Devin A-Chain going the first round. We get this big run on running backs. I mean, this big run on tight ends and all that. You know what I mean? It's very, very possible that this could happen. You know what I mean? So I don't hate it at all.
Well, it's going to come down to. And Broadus is going to be like, well, what about that Gibbs kid from Alabama? And then we know.
It's going to be over. We going to know exactly what it is. Like, it's over with for Mazi. That's all you got, DJ?
Yeah, that's all I got, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Good call, brother.
Yes, sir.
That's funny, man. Brian, look, man, Brian Barnes leaning real close to that microphone. But, hey, y'all might want to start looking at running back. You know what I mean? What's going on with this Gibbs kid? Has anybody ever thought of that? Some of that. And look, this is what he do, because Brian brought a slick, right? He'll go, hey guys, I just kind of want to run down some of the options we may have here, okay? So, we're looking at a Mazi Smith, we're looking at a John Michael Smith, we're looking at a Quentin Johnston, we're looking at Jahmyr Gibbs. Hey, what do you think of Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Tell me about they didn't explain nobody else. Hey, what do you think of Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Tell me about him. Tell me about him. I think he's the guy that can fit this place. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The Dallas Cowboys select Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah. So cool. Listen, hey man, Jahmyr. Yeah, I'm thinking the kid. They definitely gonna know. They gonna know what position 3 days in advance, and they gonna know what player the day before. It's only a matter of time. Or they're going to have a good idea about the player the day before. Shouts out to Brothers, though, man. I've been a fan of that dude for a long time. Big A, what's happening?
Hey, Garage, how you doing?
Coolin', my guy. What you got for the show?
Oh, I'm good. All right. Well, first, I wanted to throw a bit of a correction in there for the guy who was talking about Mazi having short arms. That dude does not have short arms. His measurement for arms is like 33 inches.
Okay.
Which, once again, for this football team, they look for arm length at least. They look for at least 32. So
iceberg. Goddamn, what you doing?
Stop the cap.
What you doing, iceberg? What the business is? Come on.
the man. I'm just saying, like Mazi's wingspan is similar to Mazi has the same wingspan as Derek Brown.
Right.
City boy.
Right, keep going. Go ahead. Yeah, we listen to you. Go ahead. Keep talking about Mazi. We love it.
It's an evil world we live in.
We love it. Go ahead.
Well, granted, a lot of my information I'm getting right now is a chart that Marcus Masha put up on Twitter earlier today.
Okay.
And he was comparing Mazi to Jordan Davis, Derek Brown, Dexter Lawrence, and Vita Vea. And he was basically what you get from these numbers is that measurable wise and to a degree some of the testing, he's comparable to all of them. His thing that it doesn't measure up is just production. That's it. So, and to be fair, all those guys went like top 15.
Wow.
Mazi's, for where we're taking Mazi, that's perfect for what you want. Now, my actual question I asked for today, though, was I don't know if you've been paying attention or looking at stuff, but I've heard some nuggets of like where the scouts and where the coaches have been at for these pro days, and and I think it's kind of interesting because I feel like maybe not right now, but you could maybe kind of piece together a little bit of this board of what they're looking at for these top picks at least. Like, for example, I know the D-line coach, AD, he was at USC's pro day yesterday working out two below two. And Dan Quinn, he spent the last couple days in Iowa working out Van Ness and McDonald.
Van Ness can go.
I think they had some scouts also at the Ohio State guy too.
Right. We didn't see you go. I'm just pulling up this Marcus Mosher tweet. So you said Dan been in Iowa for 2 days.
He worked out Van Ness.
Okay.
As well.
Okay. Well, I'm not as excited about that. Well, actually, I don't know. Like Luke Van Ness as a 26 guy. I don't know. You can kind of talk me into Luke as a 26 guy. I don't know, but I don't even know. I don't know, but but I've been saying Luke as a top 10 guy, and that's really been that's been bothersome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Which is true. I'm just saying. Sure. It's just interesting to see where these scouts and the coaches go.
Yeah.
You can kind of understand, like, okay, what are some of the players? Because mind you, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily fully interested. But like, hey, there's something about that player that at least attracts them to that guy.
Yeah.
In some form.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You know.
We about to talk about this chat for a little bit, give a little live reaction to this chat. So appreciate you and thanks for the nugget, man.
All right, no problem, bro. See you.
Good call, Big A. Good call. Let's take a look at this chart real fast. See what you're talking about. How is Michigan's nose tackle Mazi Smith? How Michigan nose tackle Mazi Smith compares to other round one nose tackles? All right, cool. Let's see what happens here. So he's a little shorter than these characters. Okay. He weighs less than Jordan Davis, of course. He weighs similarly to Derek Brown. All right. He's lighter than Dexter Lawrence and Vita Vea. Man, Vita Vea was so huge when he came out. Okay, cool. Wingspan. Shorter arms than Jordan Davis. But man, Jordan was a freak, though. Very similar wingspan to Derek Brown. Dexter Lawrence is a freak. He don't count. Longer arms than Vita Vea. Well, longer wingspan. Same thing. Wingspan. So they count your body in part of your wingspan. So that don't count. But arm length, okay, cool. 33 3/4, which is basically 34, bro. Y'all ain't got to lie to me. 34 and 1/8, 34 and 1/4, 34 and 3/4, 32 and 5/8. Okay. We don't have a 40 or a 10-yard split on Mazi. Bench press. Of course, won't nobody benching with Vita Vea. I'll bench Derek Brown. 2 less than Dexter Lawrence. Jordan Davis don't need to bench press, dog. We know who he is. PFF grade. Well, they must have loved him some Derek Brown. But hey, he was an 8th overall guy. Dexter Lawrence was a 16th overall guy. Vita Vea was a top 10 guy. So that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Run defense grade. Let me give me a little talking. Shut up. I was trying to give me talking music. Shut up. There we go. Here we go. Let's see. Run defense grade by PFF, and that really don't matter to me, but just entertain me. No, this ain't PFF. Hold on. What is this? Who this by? Yeah, this is, well, let's say PFL grade, but I don't know if this run defense. Okay, so cool. Run defense, he got the worst run defense out of everybody. That's peculiar to me because Mazi go crazy in the run game. But these guys are too. Also, too, to be fair, man, we're comparing Mazi to 2 top 10 picks and 2 top 15 guys, or 2 guys that was in the mid-teens or whatever. And we talking about Mazi as a late 20 guy, so yeah, that's fair. Pass rush win rate, he's 4th on this list. Run stop percentage. Now, what's the difference between run defense grade and run stop percentage? Because he's 3rd in run stop percentage here. I don't know. All right. Hey, if y'all want to see more of this tweet, y'all go to Marcus Mosier. We made sure to get his name and his picture in there on his Twitter machine. So y'all go over there, check him out. If y'all want to see more of that graphic. So there we go. Got some more phones though before we get up out of here. See what Malcolm talking about. What's up, Malcolm?
What's up, Bosh? How you doing, brother?
Coolin', my guy. What you got for the show?
So I just wanted to touch on kind of what you've been talking about as far as like the team suck at drafting philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I was thinking back to like the 2020 draft and was thinking, you know, that was probably like the perfect example of like that whole philosophy and the fact that we was able to get Lamb and Diggs in that draft. So my thinking and my question for you was, who do you feel like in this year's draft could be like that, you know, that Lamb and Diggs, those Lamb and Diggs type picks were?
Will McDonald! Donald! I'm listening to you. My bad, man. I got excited, bro. My bad. I'm listening.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Like if we were able to get McDonald in the second.
Yeah.
I was telling you yesterday. That's probably my favorite player right now.
Yeah. I tell you what, man. Like teams suck at drafting, man. Like I've been saying this shit for like 4 years, bro. Teams really bad at this, man. So when I was looking at one of these mocks, it was one of these, you know, just whoever it was, I don't know. But it's like I liked all the players up until we got to like 55. And I was like, damn, everybody under 58, everybody under 56 just don't fit second round pick for me for my 58 spot. So what I'm banking on is some team just being trash. I'm just banking on some team looking at a dude that don't belong there and just overdrafting the shit out of him. And we go, hey, our dude failed because some other team messed up. That'll be fantastic.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for too. And one more thing before I go, I wanted to see, could I interest you in a HBCU prospect to look out for?
Hell no, but I'll listen to your story.
Jadakiss Bonds from Hampton University.
I'm sorry, you fucking playing with me. What's his name?
Jadakiss Bonds. Yes, his name is Jadakiss.
Stop the cap.
Chill out.
Look, I'm dead serious. Look him up. Jadakiss Bonds, Hampton University.
Bonds, B-O-N-D-S?
B-O-N-D-S, yes. Jadakiss with one S, not two.
Not this time.
Let me look this shit up, man. I'll be damn.
No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction.
Ain't no fucking way.
It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up.
Ain't no way, boy. For Hampton?
It never happened. This one was invented by a writer.
Jadakiss Bonds.
It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction.
He produced 49 receptions for 855 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Not this time. It never
Yeah,
happened.
he's like more of a red zone guy, but he can, he can. I don't say he's stretched the field, but he can get loose. In the open field. He had a couple plays.
Not this time. Not this time.
You're
wrong. Not this time.
He had a couple long touchdown receptions, but he was more of a red zone threat.
Matt Owen in the chat says it's pronounced Jadakiss, not like the rapper. But dog, either way though, like, either way. Look, I'm a little goofy as hell, so I'll draft Jadakiss. But dog, man, like, I wouldn't draft him. I would try to undraft the free agent him just to have him on the team. But dog, man, why we out here naming our kids Jadakiss, man? Really?
Hey, man. Yeah, clearly, they was some D-Block fans.
That's your cousin? What he is to you?
No.
How you know him?
How
you find him?
I'm a black college graduate. I used to work at Hampton, actually. But, so I keep up with a lot of the black college athletes.
I ain't drafting nobody named Lil Jordan, Jadakiss, the coldest, the GOAT. I'm not drafting none of them churn. Hey man, I appreciate you though, man. Good call, bro. Jadakiss Bonds is madness.
All right, Butch.
Appreciate you, man. Marcus Harrison says, with the 26th pick in the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Athlete, Marcy Projects. Son, somebody last name DeMarco, they got to name their son Donald, man. That's just fire. All right, man. Let's get these last few in, man. Let's get these last few in, bro. 360, what's happening? Who this?
What's up, boss? This is Josh.
What's good, my guy? What you got for the show?
Hey, man, I'm just going to put it simply for Cowboys Nation out there.
Yeah.
You know, we got a good team right now. We got to just draft best player available. You know, let's re-sign Jonathan Hankins.
Yeah.
Let's draft Bijan. Let's draft Bull McDonald. Let's draft whoever it is. You know, I'm fired up for this season. We're going to win Super Bowl. We got a Super Bowl run coming.
Yeah.
We got Dak Prescott come back. Let's go.
Hey, I love it.
Yep, that's all.
Hey, short and sweet. I don't mind that at all. Appreciate you, player. I love that, man. Short and honestly, man, look, this is different, man. This is a different kind of offseason than we've been having, man. I understand some people want us to trade for Aaron Donald and find a way to go do all this other list stuff, man. And that's cool, man. But I think we've done enough as a baseline to improve the biggest issues with our team. You know what I mean? So from now we've made enough moves or acquisitions or transactions or whatever to where now we really get into our, like, we ain't even in our bag for real. Like y'all know Dallas normally wait till like week 4 free agency and then they sign everybody for $38. You know what I'm saying? And then we get into the draft and then there's dudes after the draft that we sign. So the Cowboys, we just gonna continue to make moves, man. Continue to turn those stones, turn those stones, you know. Well, anyway.
And then we get to the draft, and then there's dudes after the draft that we sign. So the Cowboys, we just gonna continue to make moves, man. Continue to turn those stones, bro. Anyway. And then we get to the draft, and then there's dudes after the draft that we sign. So the Cowboys, we just gonna continue to make moves, man. Continue to turn those stones, bro. Anyway.
All right, so we're gonna get into the phone. Let's see. We got 518 on the phone. What's up? Who this?
All right, so we're going to get to the phone. Let's see. We got 518 on the phone. What's up? Who this?
This is AZ from Brooklyn, New York, right here.
what?
AZ from Brooklyn. It's Asiatic from Brooklyn, New York, man.
What's good with you, my guy?
I just came. We're doing a great job, man, so far this year. In free agency, we're making major moves that we never made before, man. And I think we're doing a great job, man. I think now what we have to do now is address the rest of our roster with the draft. fills up a lot of spots that we need to do.
Yeah.
And all we gotta do now is just basically draft an interior defensive tackle and an offensive, offensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
And that should complete our roster for you. I think we really have a great chance of doing something this year, finally, man. I've been a Cowboy fan for so long, man. It's about time. I've seen us do something, man, finally making a change, man.
Yeah.
I see everybody else around us making moves, man, and kind of like get discouraged sometimes, you know?
Words,
and, you know, above all, man, I'm always going to be a Cowboy fan all my life, man. It doesn't really matter, man, but I think we're doing a good job, man. I think you guys create good content, man. You, Lord Nation, Skywalker, man, Boss Cowboys, you guys are great creators, man, and that give me a lot to look forward to, man. And I appreciate you guys' content, man. And I'm looking forward to us doing a good job this year, man. I want to say thank you to you guys, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you. Word to mother. I do agree that we're probably like a real good one tech away, like a real good nose tackle away from this defense being like bulletproof. So but we have a little bit of time. Carlos Watkins is a guy that can come back. Ashawn Robinson, Hankins. We've been talking about those guys, and then we got the draft. So appreciate you. Good call. You go ahead. But we have a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay, I got you. That's AZ. Appreciate you, AZ. Good call, man. Salute.
Oh, man. Thank you, bud. Salute.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. The King Element said that was Jadakiss. Oh shit. King Element. Hey man, y'all really be missing out on the Vice side, man. The volume side be going crazy over here, man. The volume side, bro. King Element, Marcus Harrison over here on the volume side. Cuzzo J Lombardi, Gerard, Marcus, they be going crazy on the volume side, man. Y'all just gotta get in that chat box sometime and just watch them. Oh man, somebody said that. He said that was Jadakiss. Let's read some supers, man. I thought he was asleep, man, but he heard me on the TV, man. He heard me on the TV and got his ass up. He was like, yo, son, word the mother, son. Love y'all content, B. People watch content every day, B. You tough. Oh, man, appreciate you, man. Super. On the volume side, appreciate y'all, by the way. On the volume side, 22. All right, there's 22nd. All in Tom Downey burner account. Salute to you, sir. He says, after dropping a dime in the super chat, appreciate you, sir. In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups. The police who investigate. Yeah, y'all had to be in Sky chat this morning. The police who investigate crimes, and Sky who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories. Bro, Sky was telling a story in his live earlier, bro. I guess one of the judges was messing around with one of the women's and the secretaries or whatever, right? One of the women's in the court. And they was like, all right, man, we got to have somebody wholesome up in here. We got to have a married person up in here because y'all less likely to be caught up in a scandal. And the second judge came in and shot her damn husband. Boy, Sky was in some nonsense, boy. The courthouse that Skywalker was working in, boy, I'd have paid some good money to work up in there. I'd have paid to work up in there. I wasn't gonna let Sky finish that story, dog. It's on A to Z Dallas. Will Steele show in the morning. A to Z Dallas. I think Bijan Robinson in the thumbnail. And later on, he was he was talking about it. He worked at the courthouse or whatever. And one of the judges got caught up in a scandal. But the judge that they brought in to replace him killed her damn husband, bro. Like, that's crazy, man. But that was a good callback time, y'all. Y'all can't miss shows, man. Y'all genuinely can't miss shows. I understand that we kind of fall into the category with other shows when we like present information. Like you'll hear my thoughts about Takk McKinley. You'll listen to other Cowboy podcasts about Takk McKinley, but we do a little something different. But we just do something a little different where we just bring this entertainment quality to the show that ain't like nobody else. And that requires you to not miss shows, man. Y'all can't miss shows, bro. Appreciate your time. Guillotine 06 drop 5. It says, are you doing draft day coverage from the control center, or is it possible you do something live at Texas Live? I don't think the monies would be in order to do something at Texas Live. I'm down. I would love to do a like a live draft show like me and Will Steele or something. You know what I mean? To let him produce for me, but he has his own obligations over there at A to Z. But Brumley's gonna do a fantastic job with us. But I would love to do something on location and really like dabble with people and feel their energy and really count down some of these picks. I would love to have a big ass board of my go to jail players and my players I don't want and all that kind of stuff. And as the draft goes by, we just update that board. That'll be really fun to just have my board behind me. But one day we'll poke the volume and let them get us some funds to pull some stuff off like that. So fantastic. Seahawks Gaming dropped a deuce in super chat. Says year 2 Boye Mafe or David Ojabo. I think David Ojabo is the better player. So when he recovered from his injury, I think David Ojabo with the Ravens, I just think he's gonna be fantastic, bro. He's just gonna do fantastic, bro. Brandin J dropped a deuce and says, Voch, Bijan rumored to Philly is worrisome. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. The Eagles position themselves greatly to make that chess move. So shouts out to him. They're gonna have a double running backfield, and that's gonna be hard to deal with, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Then we got Brandon J dropped another dude that says we need some scout casts. I love Jeff. I kind of let Jeff do his own thing. Jeff got like a real life radio show that he got to wake up early in the morning and to do work on and shit like that. So in terms of Scoutcast, I let Jeff come to me, you know what I mean? And whenever me and Jeff work, it's almost like we hadn't missed time, you know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Jeff. Shouts out to Jeff. Whenever you're ready, we will do Scoutcast. That's all these supers on the volume side. Appreciate you. On the Voch side, Toxic Time, that was a really good super, man. You killed that. On the Voch side, dated 22nd. McCaslin. Trevor McCaslin dropped a deuce in super chat. Says which tight end fits best with Dallas? You would want to try to limit redundancy, so I would say Darnell Washington because he's a guy that Dallas does not have already. You look at Musgrave or Laporta. You look at Meyer. You look at Kincaid. You know what I mean? Like they may be better than They may be better than McEwen and Hendershot technically, but we have that type of player already. We don't have a player like Darnell Washington. You see what I'm saying? So you just talking about fit. Bring Darnell in, let him be a blocking dude and like develop him into a pass catch. I just don't think Cowboys rock with that. So they want a dude that's like complete already. So you know how that goes. Appreciate you, man. Jimmy Harney dropped a deuce and says, how happy are you that Noah Brown didn't return? It ain't even that Noah Brown didn't come back, right? Because I don't have a problem with Noah Brown. I actually like Noah Brown. Y'all think I hate Noah Brown, but that's not true, man. I don't hate Noah Brown. I just hate him as the wide receiver too. If he's your second best wide receiver, that's what I hate the most. So no, this ain't about Noah Brown. Jimmy 07018 dropped a deuce and says Miami doesn't have a first round. We are picking 25 at 25 in reality. I think it's the opposite, right? I think we drafting at 27, but with the Miami thing, we drafting at 26. Not Cowboys. Tankathon. I could be wrong though. Let me see. Tankathon. Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. You are right, and I'm wrong. I apologize. The Cowboys, their natural draft position is 25, but they'll be drafting at no. Yeah. We had that right because the Chiefs are listed as 31. Right. So in real life, the Cowboys were the 27 team. 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. Sure, my bad. I take that back. I take that apology back. The Cowboys were originally the 27 team, but with the forfeit, the Cowboys are the 26 team. So that's why we drafted at 26 overall. My bad. I had to look at Tankathon real fast. My fault. Because the Chiefs are drafting at 31st, not at 32nd. See, if they let Miami keep the 21 position, but that pick was just forfeited, then yes, you'll be on to something. But they just bumped everything down one time. So the Cowboys are drafting at 26 overall. So when 26 come on the board, you'll see us. Appreciate you though, Jimmy. And Avery Wash dropped a 5. It says, there are a couple names, pardon me. There are a couple players named after Cameron in college. Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Avery came back and dropped another deuce and says Will McClay and Dan Quinn are at Ohio State Pro Days. Now what that mean? Yeah, Marcus, the Dolphins lost their pick because they had a conversation with Tom Brady and Sean Payton and didn't get neither one of them. Tragic. Cowboys at Ohio State, huh? You say Will McClay and Dan Quinn are at Ohio State? So that's Paris, DeJuan, Harrison, the pass rusher. Don't make me lose my mind. All right. Wait, we got one more from Marcus, and Ryan Huddle dropped a dime and says, who do you think the Cowboys could draft in the first round that'll actually start week 1? Shit, Jalen Carter. Shit. You know how that go. Oh, and Jaxon Smith-Njigba. My bad. And Jaxon Smith-Njigba, if he makes it. All right. Yeah, could be Hickman too, but we ain't got to see Hickman in person. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's just Voch, by the way, because Will ain't here. So when you say at the volume, that's real like saying, hey, yo, at Voch Lombardi, please. At the volume, I strive to remain a day one, like a free-flowing summer breeze. I strive to remain a day one because I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Come on now. Loyal to the soil. Hold this L, man. Line sleep outside UNLV. That's Marcus Hardison's own work there. So shouts out to him for holding us down today. That is Marcus Hardison's own work, showing us a little bit of love, holding us down. Appreciate you, sir. Always got some great things to say, man. We love you. Voch, you think they start him over Gallup? Hey, if you draft Jaxon Smith-Njigba, somebody gonna have to move around a little bit. Somebody gonna have to. Good show today. Fun show today. We love Master William. He's taking care of some business at home, so we're gonna let him keep taking care of business. Yo, don't worry about the talking heads, man. Don't worry about the talking heads. Don't worry about TV. Don't worry about the national media. Don't worry about none of that, man. Come home to get your analysis. Come home to get your real thoughts and opinions. Come here. Come to Law Nation. Come to Voch Lombardi. Come to Will Steele. We're the ones that y'all should be listening to anyway. And I ain't just hyping it up because we're those guys. We're just trying to hype up our own brands and product that we selling to y'all. But this is just more so like there's just genuine information here. And whenever there's genuine information here, I will just try to steer people in that direction, as opposed to the people that, wake up in the morning and they go and they have a meeting and say, all right, well, how can we include the Cowboys today? I would much rather you get opinions from people that know that Carlos Watkins actually played damn well last year, and not people that, don't watch the film. All right. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI, if you want to keep up with my film sessions. I'll be putting some on YouTube, of course, but there will also be some on Twitter, but the vast majority of them will be on my Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Come over there, get some of that work. And my non-football platform is twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. We may be doing some of that today. Appreciate y'all. Hey, love y'all to pieces, man. Y'all follow all the pages on the volume, man, so we can ask for that raise when it's time. And y'all hold down for the Doski Wilson, the Peasky Whiskey. I don't have a like a button, like a real life outro or nothing like that. That's Will Steele's machine. So when I'm in charge, I just look at y'all and I just say bye. Bye.